There's a huge potential for you. Huge, with a capital H.
Huge, huge, huge.
For all of you to really hone in on being the second opinion specialist in your community.
Every one of you should be the second opinion dentist in your county, in your community. Every single one of you is a huge, 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 huge.
And so what he's done is really had a whole campaign that he created around attracting people for second opinions. The focus of second opinions obviously is to give people an honest opinion, because what we know is that they're not quite sure about whatever has been recommended for them. And it may be that they think it's too expensive, maybe they think it's too inexpensive and it's too good to be true. Maybe there's a trust factor. Maybe they don't think the dentist is capable of what needs to be done. Maybe they don't like the recommendation and they think maybe there's something else they could do. Whatever the case may be, if you have someone who comes in for a second opinion and you've put all of the right things in place to demonstrate that you have it together, you know what you're doing, you're a reliable source, you can be trusted, you pay attention to the little things, you'll be honest with people, you have a real high percentage that you could attract them as a patient.
How would you market that? Second opinion.
Another way, and we'll get to some of the avenues later, but another one that I think is really underutilized. There's a lot of local radio stations that have time on Saturday and Sunday mornings. And if you could have a half-hour talk show, hour-long talk show, and you just have somebody feed you questions, you have people call in and ask questions, you have them send you questions in advance so you can be well prepared, you start to establish yourself as the expert. And you position yourself as the second opinion person to go to. Now, some of you might feel a little uncomfortable about, how's this going to look to my colleagues? But here's the thing is, we know that usually once or twice a year, there's some expose done by some network that places in the consumer's mind the question as to whether the dentist is being honest with you or not. And this is one more way you can help raise the bar in terms of the professionalism in your community.
And let me just add on this, because she's absolutely spot on about this. Particularly in a culture where corporate dentistry is having an impact, I can tell you, you're a second opinion specialist, you're going to get a lot of people coming from corporate dentistry whose crack detectors have gone off because they didn't seem to know what they were talking about, or they got them in with this free exam and free cleaning and x-rays, and then they said, oh no, you can't have that because you're a periodontal patient, you have to have root planing for $800. If you're not hearing that, it's what's going on. What happens really quickly is they don't trust these people. So they come to somebody for a second opinion, and you create a different culture that's around thoughtfulness and consideration and purposefulness and thoroughness and all of those things, and engaging the patient and making sure the patient is aware of what's going on before they just throw out a bunch of stuff and try to get you to sign up for care credit to do it. You will get, even if your fees are higher, and in some cases they won't be, by the way, corporate practices are not cheap ones, you will get unbelievable number of second opinions, and that word will go out. It's really quite amazing. So, your second opinion specialist in Austin, huge, untapped market, brand new patient base you never thought you could go after.
Yeah.
You can or you don't have to.
One thing
The question was, do you charge for it? If you decide not to.
You may allocate a small amount of time for that second opinion appointment, but a lot of that has to be dedicated and devoted to listening. because that's, in a lot of cases, what people aren't getting wherever else they're going.